Hello, we are going to do a tutorial today to learn how to make a magic wallet for you to have a study tool to utilize to learn the Bill of Rights, which are the first 10 amendments in the U.S. Constitution. So to get started, you're going to need a couple of pieces of materials. You're going to need a white sheet of paper that's cardstock, a colored sheet of paper that's cardstock, a ruler, a pen or a marker, a pencil, some scissors, and your creativity. Coffee is not necessary. The final product for your magic wallet is going to look something like this. So let's get started. First of all, take your white piece of cardstock and you're going to fold it in half neatly so you can lay it down on your table and you can make a crease like a hot dog. Then you're going to lay it back down on the table and you're going to fold the sections upward like this. Hang on, I'll show you. So that your paper looks like this. So again, you're going to fold it in half like a hot dog. Then you're going to fold in the sides here, or fold up the sides and here. So again, your paper should look like this. Take a moment and get your paper ready to go. Once your paper is ready to go, you may want to fold it back and forth a couple of times to make sure it's very flexible, because you'll be able to use the front side and the back side of the magic wallet, so that we'll put the first 5 amendments on one side and 6 through 10 on the other side. So make sure it's really well creased. You can move that paper around really well. Next, you're going to use your ruler in order to measure, draw lines, and then use your scissors to cut. So on my table, I have my folded paper. What I'd like for you to do is to take your ruler and you're going to measure different points in order to be able to have 4 lines that you're going to cut. You're going to need to measure basically at the, if I can find the camera, there we go, 2 and then 3 little slashes right here is where you're going to be. 2 and 3 out of 16. 2 and 3/16 is how much you're going to measure right there. You're going to lay your ruler down on the paper, and then you're going to measure inside of this fold here. So really you can even fold these back. See how it looks? Like that. So that way you won't draw all the way across your paper. And you're going to measure 2 and 3/16 down, and you're going to put a dot. Another 2 and 3/16 down, put a dot. Another 2 and 3/16, put a dot, and last 2 and 3/16, and the last section should be 2 and 3/16, and that's pretty close. So you have 4 dots on the left side, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then to make very straight lines, you're going to do the same thing on the right side of your paper, 2 and 3/16, 2 and 3/16, 2 and 3/16, and 2 and 3/16, and then you're going to take your ruler and you are going to match the lines, if you'll see them there, the dots I mean, and then draw a line with your pencil. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you're ready to cut. So how do you cut this lovely thing? You're going to fold it in half. Okay? So you're going to have your lines here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, there's some over here. But all you need to do is to cut slits in the side of your paper. Make sure it's on the folded side, of course. And you're going to cut here, 1, 2. Just cut to that crease. 3, and 4. So when you open your paper, it looks like this. You've got 4 lovely little slits. See how it bends and folds, and you're ready to start putting together some color paper in your magic wallet. To prepare your colored strips, we're going to set this aside a little bit, and we're going to take our colored piece of paper and fold it in half. Fold it in half front and back really well so you have a nice crease. Then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut down that crease. Because cardstock is expensive, we are going to save one side for another class or another day. Put that aside. And we're going to use this piece of cardstock, same size as the other, and we're going to fold it in half. Same thing, fold it back and forth so you have a lovely crease. Back and forth, like that. What I would recommend that you do is cut the very edge of the corner, or the fold, off, because that way it will fit a little bit better in your magic wallet. So you can just cut the crease off. So we didn't really need to fold it back and forth, but put that aside. That goes in the recycling bin. So you have 2 equal strips of paper. Now what you're going to do, you're going to weave these 2 strips of paper into your magic wallet. So on one side you start with the strip over the first area and under the second area, over the third area, under the fourth, and over the last. So you have a strip that looks like this. So it's blue, white, blue, white, blue. Then you alternate with the second. So then you're gonna, don't glue it because that'll ruin it. I already tried that. So now you're going to start underneath. So you're going to have the blue go under, and then over, and then under again. Sometimes it's easy to flip it over, and continue weaving under, and then over, and you can adjust these like this so that you're ready to go. And you can use either side because we're going to use both sides. Amazing. How the magic wallet is going to work, you're going to bring it up like this, like a W. When you close it, this is where your marker or your pen is going to come in very handy. On the outside white part, we're going to write the Bill of Rights. That's going to be the title for our magic wallet. The Bill of Rights. On the other side, in just a moment, we're going to take some notes here so that we can remember some of the main points about the Bill of Rights. So in just a moment, we're going to add these. I just wanted to show you what it looked like for the notes that we're going to take on this side. So when you open it up, you're going to have the Bill of Rights on this side and then our notes on this side. And we're going to add in just a moment our amendments notes to these. Be able to flip them over and do some other cool stuff with it to put some notes on it. So go back to the one we've been working on. So this is where you're going to put your notes. So you can title it Notes. And then after we finish setting this up, Miss Drake will give you some notes to put here so that we can remember some main points to the U.S. Bill of Rights. Okay, so let's turn it again this way where it says the U.S. Bill of Rights, or the Bill of Rights that we have here. And so we're going to set up our magic wallet, getting ready to take some notes with Miss Drake to make our magic wallet. So open up your magic wallet, and you're going to label each amendment on each square. So for example, on the blue square, we're going to put Amendment 1. That's all you need to put here. In the white block, you're going to write, I bet you can guess, Amendment 2. Then on the blue square, Amendment 3. And so forth. And I'll pause the video here. So I have written Amendment 1, Amendment 2, Amendment 3, Amendment 4, and Amendment 5. What I think is really cool about the magic wallet, you pick it up and close it, you've got the Bill of Rights and you've got your list of amendments. There are 2 ways you can open the magic wallet. You can pull it open in the middle, and we're going to include some stuff here. And you can even pull it open here at the very end where this is all white. So let's open it up to the middle section where there's a multitude of different squares here. What we're going to do here is we are going to put the definitions of the amendments. So I'm going to title this Definition straight across the top. And we are going to write definitions for Amendment 1, and then Amendment 2, Amendment 3, Amendment 4, and Amendment 5. If we'll label those. So that's how it should look. The definitions, I title that definitions across the top, and then in a moment we're going to add some notes for Amendments 1 all through here, Amendment 2, Amendment 3, Amendment 4, and Amendment 5. Then if you'll flip it over, just don't do anything on this column, just on these squares, if you will write at the top, ways to remember. This way, we will come up with pictures, it's supposed to be B, pictures or mnemonic devices in each one of these squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, in each square to remember Amendments 1 through 5. And that's how we have, when you open it up, this is exactly what it should look like. So you should have 2 blank white sides here, and then the title Amendment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what's going to happen when you open it up, your ways to remember column is here. When you flip it over, we're going to do this side next, but what you're going to have to do when you pick up your paper after you flip it over, you're going to have to fold it the other way. Here, and then you're going to fold this here and here, so that the title Bill of Rights and our notes are on these sides. Okay, this is going to be blank. You really don't need to put anything else in it besides Amendments 6 through 10. So that way you know that you have Amendments 6 through 10 on this side. So when you open it up, you have the Bill of Rights here, but this is the Bill of Rights. So then you're going to title each square like you did on the other side. Amendment 6, Amendment 7, Amendment 8, Amendment 9, and Amendment 10. So here are our Bill of Rights. Then again, you're going to open up the middle portion. Oh, that's so amazing. And then, of course, again, this is where you're going to have across the top the definitions that we will get on our notes in just a moment. The definitions for Amendments 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you can flip this over, and the title is going to be, again, Ways to Remember. And again, we will add images or mnemonic devices to remember Amendments 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you come up with a really great way to remember these, please do share them with other classmates in Miss Drake. Again, on this side, you'll have your notes, and now you're ready to go to add some notes. So how does your Magic Wallet look when you open it up as a flat piece of paper? You'll have the Bill of Rights on this side, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, ways to remember 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then our notes. If you flip it over, we'll just have Amendments 6 through 10 here. This side will be blank, and here's Amendments 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, ways to remember 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Your definitions are going to be on the inside of these. So when we're ready to study the Bill of Rights amendments, it's time to flip it back over here. And so when you open up the Bill of Rights, you'll have Amendments 1 through 5. Then you can quiz yourself on what they mean and check the definitions inside. Or you can look at the amendments and try to quiz yourself on the ways to remember them to get to the definition, which is the important part. Then you can take it apart, flip it over like this, and look at Amendments 6 through 10. So you can quiz yourself on the definitions of Amendments 6 through 10 on the inside and ways to remember them here, and you'll still have your notes on this side. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and would be ready now to actually take some notes.